The School of Sustainable Engineering at the University of Cape Coast has held its maiden stakeholder engagement on the value chain of cassava starch production. One aspect of the engagement held at Tvucc in the central region that brought together farmers, processors, and aggregators, among others, aimed at providing them with training on the post-harvest chain of cassava. Speaking on the topic, Best Post-Harvest Practices, Professor Amwa revealed that after harvest, cassava deteriorates easily due to its high moisture content, and the engagement will offer the farmers training on how to handle cassava from harvesting to the marketing of the cassava roots.
One of the aspects of the workshop today is to provide training to farmers on the post-harvest chain of cassava. Cassava is a food security crop in Ghana, but a significant amount of harvested cassava goes to waste, not in the hands of the farmer alone, but across the value chain. So we want to give farmers training on how to handle cassava from the harvesting through to the marketing of the cassava roots. Cassava, actually, because of the high moisture content, it deteriorates easily after harvest. And there are two forms of deterioration. We have what we call the physiological deterioration, and then we also have microbial deterioration. The physiological deterioration starts some 3 days after harvest. And then it will be followed by microbial deterioration, where different types of fungi will infest the cassava produce and reduces its value. Now, we give training to farmers on how to handle cassava right from the stage of maturity through to harvest, and then storage and transportation and marketing of the cassava roots. The farmer must have an understanding on when to harvest and when to detect that the cassava roots are mature. Being in the field for some time, I think some of them have got that experience, but we further train them that they must pay particular attention to the maturity period. They must have several indications of maturity, which include symbols like changes in the leaves. They would also use the planting date as an indicator, and then there are also signs on the stalk, the signs on the plant itself, which will indicate to them that it has reached maturity. So they combine different indicators to be able to detect or to be able to see that the cassava is mature. But the most important thing for them to acknowledge is how to harvest the cassava, because about 55% of the deterioration of cassava is in the harvesting, the process and the procedure for harvesting. In harvesting, the farmer must do so very carefully to avoid bruises and cuts and abrasions of all kinds, because they expose the cassava to microbial deterioration that I did talk about. And so we advise the farmers to harvest cassava very carefully to avoid any form of bruises and cuts.
In a presentation on best agronomics practices, an associate professor at the Department of Crop Science, UCC, Professor Kingsley Tarr, indicated that cassava farmers must clear their farms on time, choose the right cassava variety, and ensure proper disease control in their farms to increase their yields.
And they need to know some of these things. Normally, a farmer will just slash and then burn. But these days, we are talking about sustainable agriculture. So instead of slash and burn, slash and let it just rot. Once you do that, you improve on the fertility of the soil. And we are also talking about a situation where farmers may do ridges for the cassava. And some of them don't even follow the normal spacing. Cassava should be spaced at 1 meter by 1 meter. So we bring the attention to these things because the different varieties will have different effects. So we talk to them about these things so that they can improve on what they do. Again, to get good yield, you need good material. So the planting material should be of high quality, should be disease-free and of good quality, and if you like, certified ones. And there are different varieties of cassava. So depending on what your client wants, that's what we have to cultivate for him. So if the processor wants high quality starch, you pick a variety that has high quality starch. For instance, Cassava Starch is known to be of high quality in terms of starch content and dry matter. So we advise them so they pick these things and then cultivate, and then they get what they want. So we talk about some pest and disease control. We talk about mulching to conserve water in the soil. We talk about disease like mosaic. So if you see these things, you just eliminate them, you take them out. And then you make sure weeds don't disturb. Weeds don't disturb your plants. Weeds are a major problem.
For TVUCC, my name is Anita Delight.